Bitter criticism, only 15 minutes. You you will not believe this, but this bus, when I pay my ticket, my student ticket, the I'm not sure about it, but I guess it was the the bus driver, a young kid driving the bus. He displayed a sound that said, "That student." What about that student? They put this message, this audio message for me. Maybe not because of myself, but because of my condition of student. Why? Well, I should not pay the student ticket. Why not? I have the right to do so. But anyway, and well, that's terrible. I'm going to read something from maybe the special economy, Al Jazeera special economy. As always, Al Jazeera. Oh, there it is. Well, this news was on the front page from the whole app, and says there's a photograph of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. The photograph says President Donald Trump speaks alongside Elon Musk in the Oval Office on May 30. And there's a quoting from Trump. That the quote said, "Not really leaving. Trump bids goodbye to Elon Musk at White House event. The billionaire's exit from Dodge throws the panel's future into uncertainty, but Musk says he will remain an advisor." So Elon Musk, that's what I heard. Elon Musk is fired. Trump fired Elon Musk. The last fired guy, it was Elon Musk. United States President Donald Trump has bid goodbye to Elon Musk at a White House event marking the billionaire's departure from his role in government. Speaking from the Oval Office on Friday, Trump showered Musk with praise for his work as the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, Dodge, and an initiative to reduce federal bureaucracy and spending. Quote, "I just want to say that Elon has worked tirelessly helping lead the most sweeping and consequential government reform program in generations," end quote, Trump said. He credited Musk where he is. I lost. There he is. He credited Musk with delivering, quote, "a colossal change in the old ways of doing business in Washington," end quote, and called Musk's service, quote unquote, "without comparison in modern history." Still, the president also assured reporters that Dodge will continue its work even after Musk is gone. Quote, with Elon's guidance, Dodge is helping to detect fraud, slash waste, and modernize broken and outdated systems, end quote. Trump said. The joint appearance comes as the two men seek to downplay reports of a growing rift, particularly after Musk criticized Trump's signature budget bill on CBS News. It also coincides with the publication of a New York Times report allegedly that Musk has struggled with increasing drug use and personal turmoil behind the scenes. Musk declined to comment on the Times report during his Oval Office appearance. He also avoided remarking on speculation that his departure was connected to tumbling sales at his car company, Tesla. Instead, he pointed out that as a special government employee, he cannot work in the Trump administration for a period exceeding 130 days without facing stricter disclosure and ethics requirements. He also focused on promoting his work with Dodge and criticizing those on the political left who will impede Trump's agenda. Quote, this is not the end of Dodge, but really at the beginning, end quote, Musk said, clad in black shirt emblazoned with the phrase, quote unquote, the Dodge father. Written in the style of the gangster film The Good Father. The Dodge team will only grow stronger over time. Trump, meanwhile, emphasized that his relationship with the billionaire, a prominent backer of his 2024 re-election campaign, will continue. Quote, Elon's really not leaving. He's going to be back and forth, I think, end quote, Trump said. And there's a photograph from both. Musk announced the news on X, where he declared his controversial government cost-cutting measures a victory. Unclear accounting. Despite White House claims about its efficacy, the extent of Dodge's cost savings has remained foggy. As of Friday, the panel claimed it had achieved an estimated $175 billion in savings, made up of quote-unquote asset sales, contract lease cancellations and renegotiations, fraud and improper payment deletion, grant cancellations, interest savings, programmatic changes, regulatory savings, and workforce reductions, end quote. But Dodge's transparency and methodology have been repeatedly questioned. The only accounting made available to the public adds up to less than half of the claimed figure. An analysis published on Friday by the news agency Reuters also suggests the actual sum is much lower. Using U.S. Treasury summaries, Reuters found that only $19 billion in federal spending had been cut, though it noted that some savings may require some time to be reflected in the Treasury Department's data. Regardless, all of those figures fall far short of the goal of $2 trillion saved that Musk initially set out to achieve. When asked about the discrepancy on Friday, Musk maintained that $1 trillion in savings remain a long-term goal. Quote, I'm confident that over time we will see $1 trillion of savings, a reduction at $1 trillion of waste and fraud reduction, he said. And there's a video Trump Trump gave the world's richest man broad power to cut spending and improve efficiency. And the text continues. But critics have questioned if Dodge will continue with the same verve following Musk's departure. Musk and Dodge have long been lighting rods for public criticism as they implemented sweeping changes to the federal government. Since Trump started his second term as president in January, organizations like the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, have seen their funding cut and their staffing slashed. As a result, employees, contractors, labor groups, and state officials have sued to block Dodge's efforts with varying levels of success. Behind the scenes, there have also been reports that Musk clashed with members of Trump's cabinet who may seek relief from cuts to their departments after Musk's exit. Musk's foray into government has caused blowback for his companies as well, with protests as Tesla dealerships spreading across the country. Profits plunged 71% at Tesla in the first 3 months of the year, with shareholders calling for Musk to return to work. Then asked by reporters if Musk's time in government has quote-unquote worth it, he was circumspect. He claimed that he felt Dodge had become seen as a quote-unquote bogeyman, blamed for any effort to overhaul the federal government. But he reaffirmed his commitment to being a quote-unquote friend and advisor to the president, and said that the experience was worthwhile. Quote, I think it was. I think if it was an important thing, end quote. He added, quote, I think it was a necessary thing, and I think it will have a good effect in the future, end quote. Source Al Jazeera and news agencies. I'm just going to read the other headlines. U.S. government and Google face off in search monopoly case. Federal appeals court temporarily reinstances Trump tariffs. And another one. Trump updates appeals court ruling against Trump's tariff policy. And I'm going to read a little more, a couple of more headlines. U.S. trade court rules Trump's sweeping global tariffs are unlawful. Trump tells us U.S. chip design software makers to halt China sales report. I'm keen to read this one, but I have no more time.